Hi guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to the tennis world with the tennis expert. I am your tennis expert. I would like to preview the 2023 French Open semi-finals. First, because you're most interested, I'm sure, in this. And by the way, it's the tennis world with the tennis expert. What I want to do is I want to preview the Alcaraz Djokovic semi-final. I'm going to do both semifinals, but I just think like some people might not wait for that for the first one, and I just want to give you what you're most interested first. So, for example, I saw when Djokovic plays Nadal on clay, the problem he gets is he can't generate enough power to hit through the court and finish the point, right? Whereas now Nadal has, because the ball's traveling slow, he has time to set up on the forehand. And when he has time to set up on the forehand, he can generate enough power to get through the slow clay court and still with enough power past a fast defender like Djokovic. I see Alcaraz as a similar thing on this slow clay court. He's going to have time to set up and hit the forehand. Um, what you will need to do is to try to rush him and get the ball through the court fast. Hard to do that on clay, hard to rush him, hard to pressure him. So Alcaraz is going to have time to set up on the forehand. And when he has time to set up, he will have the power to hit through the court and finish points. Whereas Djokovic on this slow court to generate enough power to get through the slow clay court and to get past a defender that's so much faster than him in Alcaraz, that's going to be very, very difficult, right? Um, so what I would say is it's mostly going to come down to that. But right now, Alcaraz is actually on fire. Djokovic is a bit hot and cold. He was struggling in his last match against Hachinov, whereas Tsitsipas is much better than Hachinov, got destroyed. So Alcaraz is playing well, like right now in this tournament. He's played better over the course of the whole clay court season, winning Madrid and Barcelona. Djokovic has not won anything, and then just the matchup on this court. And then when you consider, yes, it's been mostly Nadal beating Djokovic, and he's been probably consistently the second best player at the French Open, right? Um, all true. But when you consider Djokovic has some other losses here, this is his worst Grand Slam. So if Alcaraz was to beat him in a Grand Slam, this is the best place. Number one, it probably could be the best court for Alcaraz, or maybe the US Open, but it's the worst Grand Slam for Djokovic. So that's where you're going to want to do it, right? The second thing, as far as like the advantages Nadal has over him, but then Dominic Thiem in 2018 and 2019, or 2017, 2019, one of those, he beat Djokovic twice. So he actually, when he had the power game of the big forehand like Alcaraz, he wasn't the best in clay, but he was the second best to Nadal in that period, and he actually got better than Djokovic. So it proves you don't even need to be as good as Nadal. Just this same kind of style Alcaraz has on Dominic Thiem's level is enough to even um, be better than Djokovic, but not as good as Nadal. That's where Thiem got to. So if Thiem can get to there with that style, Alcaraz is even better. Another sort of big power guy, where there's a power differential where Djokovic can't hit through the clay court, but the other guy has the power to hit through the clay court and overpower Djokovic, is Stan Wawrinka. We saw that in the 2015 French Open final. Djokovic not getting the power to get through the court. Wawrinka does have the power to hit through the court. He overpowers him. Even Marco Cecchinato, this guy in 2018, he's got a speed and great defense, which means it's hard to get through a slow court and a fast defender for Djokovic. And he's got a big forehand, and he also beat him. So these kind of players have beat him. But one thing for sure, okay, we can't say Alcaraz maybe is as good as Nadal here, but these other guys who have big power shots who can hit through the court, and while Djokovic doesn't have the power to hit through the clay court, they've overpowered him. So, like I said, if you can reach this guy's level because it's Djokovic's worst Grand Slam. You can do it, but Alcaraz is way better. Look when he played a similar style, Alcaraz himself. Slow clay court, slow hard court Indian Wells, not this slow. Medvedev, a similar player like Djokovic. Medvedev has trouble getting through the court, and Alcaraz is not rushed, has time to set up. He completely destroys Medvedev. So due to Medvedev not getting it through the court, and Alcaraz does, and Alcaraz overpowers him in the forehand and his power game. And then yes, Djokovic gets but 6-2, 6-2. He does well on a slow court against his style, like you saw with Medvedev. Yes, Djokovic gets the ball through the court a bit better on slow courts than Medvedev. But then again, to make up for Djokovic just being that bit better than Medvedev, this Roland Garros court is slower, much slower than Indian Wells. So then he's probably not going to get through the court, this clay court, any more than Medvedev did at Indian Wells. And again, Alcaraz has that advantage, the same advantage Nadal has, and even other guys who are not as good as Nadal have been able to do this, mostly Wawrinka and Thiem. So it's not even like you have to reach Nadal's level. Other power guys who can hit through this court have done that to you. And I think for sure he's better than Wawrinka right now, ever was on clay. I think for sure he's better than Thiem. And Thiem for a few years was consistently the second best player on clay to Nadal ahead of Djokovic. And Alcaraz is better than that right now. And then we've seen their one match in Madrid. It was decided 7-6 in the third. But again, this Alcaraz is a year ago is much better right now. That's one point. Second point is the problem about not being able to get it through the court and not being able to rush Alcaraz and Alcaraz having all this time to set up to generate power off beforehand, whereas Djokovic wants to rush him, take away the time, and then that allows Djokovic to now have his own power to finish the points. That's how a faster court suits Djokovic. Madrid is faster, so Alcaraz would have less time to set up there, would be more rushed, and Djokovic has a better chance to have enough power to get the ball through the court and finish points off. It's going to be harder here, number one. Number two, Alcaraz is a much better player. So for me, and then when you consider like with the history, even if you think, oh, look how good Djokovic has been his whole career. Look at his history. How can you pick against? No, we're only talking about what he's done at his worst Grand Slam. That's all Alcaraz has to do to be good enough to win. And like I said, it's not just Nadal's quality. There are guys like Thiem and Wawrinka who've done it, right? When you consider that there's that opportunity, you consider that Alcaraz is absolutely on fire right now, and you consider the match against some of these matches 2018, 2019, 2015, when power guys like Wawrinka beat him, Djokovic was a better player then. So he's older now. So there's even more of an opportunity to do it as a power guy than there was then. And then Alcaraz is better than Thiem, and he's better than Wawrinka was. So, and then the form right now, specifically, Djokovic winning nothing since the Australian Open, nothing on clay, Alcaraz winning Madrid and Barcelona, and then Alcaraz just destroying everyone right now in this French Open. Djokovic kind of struggling. I just see Djokovic won't have the form. Alcaraz is the right type of player that has beaten Djokovic on this type of court before, but he's better than them. And Djokovic is not even as good as he was back then. And then I saw what he did on a slow hard court to Medvedev, a similar player, 6-2, 6-2. And the form differential is so good. I really think that Alcaraz is going to win this in straight sets. And Djokovic won't be able to get past his speed, won't be able to get it through this slow clay court, won't be able to rush Alcaraz. So Alcaraz will have all the time to set up. He'll be controlling all the rallies. He'll boss Djokovic around, and he'll overpower Djokovic and be able to get it past Djokovic's defense, while Djokovic just struggles to get it past Alcaraz's defense to rush him. And Alcaraz has always got time to set up on the forehand. He's always overpowering Djokovic in the rallies. Djokovic can never get it past his defense and generate enough power and never rush Alcaraz. So it's Alcaraz dominating and overpowering Djokovic in his rallies. Straight set. But if there's some nerves or Djokovic just really steps up, we could see four. I'm about 50-50. I'd say I'm 51% to straight sets, 49% four sets because there's nerves, there's all these other things. There's Djokovic not wanting to go down in straight sets or be humiliated or anything like that. So it's either 3 or 4 sets, but if I have to pick one, I'll say 3 sets, straight sets for Alcaraz. The other one, Casper Ruud and Zverev. I'm going to go for Zverev in 5 sets. I just think Zverev has a lot of power, consistency. I think sometimes Casper Ruud is just too defensive, and I just think that Zverev's going to be in control of these rallies. He's kind of bossing him around, and I think that like Casper Ruud plays good up to a certain level, but you've seen him straight sets lost to the US Open final to Alcaraz last year. Straight sets lost in the French Open final to Nadal here last year. When he goes against the elite level, he loses. Zverev isn't that elite, but I think Zverev is playing better. You can boss him around, you can push him around, you can control the rallies, you can overpower him. It can be where there's all these rallies where Zverev's in control, and Casper Ruud's too defensive. But Ruud is also playing well, and again, Zverev's not on the level of an Alcaraz or Nadal or even a Djokovic. Um, but I think Zverev, considering how Ruud struggles against this elite competition, and Zverev is playing enough and more experience, and I just think he's going to boss and push Casper Ruud around. And Ruud, like when he played well, at times he looked a bit in trouble. So I think um, it'll just be Zverev overpowering and pushing him around, bossing him around the rallies, and maybe a bit too defensive for Casper Ruud. So I'm going to say 5 sets for Zverev in this one, and just enough experience to get through, just that good enough level that Casper Ruud is not good against the highest level, and just enough power. He wins this in 5 sets. Zverev. So we've got a Zverev Alcaraz French Open final. Come back in 2 days, like Friday night, Saturday. I'm going to preview the French Open final. So please be back for that. This has been the Tennis World with the Tennis Expert. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. And please come back for my final preview on Friday or Saturday. And subscribe, guys. Thanks for being with me. Subscribe and be back on Saturday for my final preview. Bye for now.